What's up, kids? I'm trying to figure out. I can't go live. I don't know why. I'm trying desperately to go live, but I don't know why. I can't do it. Home. How the hell do I go live on Instagram? Why is it not letting me do it? I don't understand what the hell the problem is. Hold on a second. Let me move this over here. Can you hear me better now? Why can I not go live? Okay, no, that's not. Okay, yeah, post story real live. Post. It's asking me for reels. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. What's up, kids? Hang on a second. I don't know why. It's not allowing me to go live on Instagram. But I don't know why. Camera. Audio effects on the timer. Live. There it is. Down at the bottom. There we go. Okay, now I'm live. Now I'm live on Instagram too. What's up, kids? Did I sweat? In the bathroom? Yeah. Here's your script, by the way, too, by the way. Vanessa's script. That's why I'm late, kids. I had to print Vanessa's script, and it was making a lot of racket. That little printer makes tons and tons of noise, so I apologize. She's going to come in and get her script here in a minute. Hi. How the hell is everybody? How you guys doing? How you mama down, y'all? Y'all, I got big news. I'm going to let some more people get over on the Instagram. We normally get up to about 300-400 people over there. So I'm going to let that build up just a bit. We got 710 of you fine folks over in YouTube. I'm so glad to see y'all. Delighted, actually. Quite delighted. Do ignore the scruff. But I've actually been kind of busy this morning for the first time in a while. Hello, Mama Maiden. Where's all my charter members at? Denise Sunbum, how are you? Ellie Havillard, Dan Hannah, Stacy, Hope Taylor. Oh my gosh, Terry Ann, Bonnie, Hazel, Tiffany, Tammy, Gleek, W, Shelly K. What's up, guys? Oh my gosh. Hello. Hi, Heather. Beck Ann. Does anybody know if there's a way, you know how on TikTok you can swipe to the right and all your comments get real big? Is there any way to see more comments on the right hand side or like on the screen? Is there a way to expand what you see in terms of comments? I don't think there is on the gram. Can actually subscribe on the 28th. Hold off. Because, man, do I have good news. If you have friends or family members or whatever that friends and family of the show, you're going to want to gather them around because we're going to talk about some fun stuff today, kids. Like funner than fun. Thank you for all the follows, guys. All the new people that are following right now. Thank you, Kim. We love good news. Of course you do. TikTok's back. It's not yet, or at least I haven't checked it. I checked it when I first got up this morning, but not since then. Let's see. Hold on. I'm doing it right now. It's doing the little 2-factor authentication bit. Nope. Appeals submitted. Thank you for submitting your appeal. We'll notify you by email as soon as we have an update. feedback, downloader data, yada, yada, yada. The same thing I've gotten for the last, today makes a week, actually. Let's see. Oh, Kevin Barnes. I wonder if Kevin Barnes is here. Little douche nozzle. Thank you, Stallion. So yeah, the fun stuff just keeps coming out. And let me just explain to you guys, um, like how frequently I have to deal with this bullshit from people. It's like, oh, it's only about the money. Is it though? Really? So for the how do you describe how do you explain the 2.5 year no, yeah, 2.5 years that I did this for free. Never made a dime. Sorry, the cleaning ladies are here, so it's gonna they got the vacuum up there in the upstairs game room, so it might be a little loud. Hey, Hoopster. Holy shit, fat to fit. My gosh. Thank you very much. Holy smokes. I've missed a bunch of your comments, and I'm sorry because I was reading this thing here. Scott Fiore, thank you very much. Denise, hun, I said hello to you earlier, but thank you very much. Oh my gosh, it's going so fast. I can't even see anything. Jay Storm, welcome. Who's that? Rick Crossit, welcome. Thank you. Crimson Redneck, thank you very much. Holy crap. You guys rock. Let me we got 257 folks in here right now. Here's where I'm at. I just got off the phone just now. We got 1,245 people in the YouTube chat. Hey Savannah. And what are we, 263 over on Instagram and 1245 on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and start talking. I just got off the phone with the other platform. The other platform was elated to talk to me, which is fun. Like to talk to me, like an actual, yes, there was a human being, not an AI bot or whatever. It took me a minute to get one, but now that I've got one, now I have their attention. I said, I have all these people and all this stuff. I'm looking to see where the cleaning ladies are. And I'm ready to make a move and, to at least offer another opportunity to folks. This new platform, y'all, is going to be amazeballs. I can't think of a better word than amazeballs. I really truly can't. I've tried. I am heretofore unable to come up with a better word. It's going to be, in terms of its layout. Let me just tell you guys what it's going to look like. Imagine if Facebook were chronological, number one, like it were, in order. That would be number one. Thank you, Trucker. What's up, buddy? That would be part one. Part two is it's all categorized. So let's say, for example, you only want to see posts about scam baiting. Like you just want to see videos of scam baiting. You can make that selection and go, yeah, I don't care about all this other blather. I just want to see the curated content, the edited down content, and so on. You can just make it to where that's all you see. Or you can say, hey, look, I like the sense of community. I'm a Ruck bus diehard. And, I want to be talking to all the other Ruckers and blah, blah, blah. You can do that too. If you have a question, there'll be a place for you to ask those questions publicly, which saves us each shit ton of time. Okay. Because if you ask publicly, you guys ask me privately, then I have to hope that I have a standardized response that I can put in, like, where do I send my emails? Please send them to, hey, what's up, John? How much I've missed you. Really hope we get back to streaming regularly, but I'll be patient, waiting for instructions to move further onto the next platform. Well, we're talking about that a little bit now. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to give you guys, let me, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay. As I sit here on two platforms that aren't TikTok, let me give you an update on TikTok. Here's where we are. Lindsay, thank you so much. Here's where we are on TikTok. Um, there are restrictions on what I'm allowed to say. So please understand that. I can tell you that I have been told I'm allowed to say that TikTok, the moderator and or reviewer of whatever it was that got me in trouble have been identified. They have been pulled into the process. Thank you, Summer. Good to see you. They've been pulled into the process and they are actively working on this right now. Again, as I have stated in the past, there are multiple people and groups of people who ultimately end up making this decision. And that's a good thing. It will further solidify my place, assuming I'm going to get my account back. I am more assumptive, positive that we're headed the right direction than I have been. Thank you, Linda Watley. Thank you so much. It's good to see you. And Contessa, thank you very much. It's good to see you as well. Um, I'm more confident now than I have been in the prior week. Um, there are logistical details that I simply do not have answers for, like, am I going to get any of the money and all this other crap and whatever. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because what I really long for is the 835,000 people I've spent the last 3.5 years of my life building. That's what I care most about. Okay. I'm very confident. I will go as far as saying that I am very confident that we're going to get the TikTok back. The real question is really not if so much as when. The when is dependent on getting all of the people who have to sign off on this to sign off on it. That will take review of, a lot of things, including the recording of the unedited recording of the content, showing how it, the conversation leading up to it, the conversation at the end of it, me talking about, I wish he hadn't done that and blah, 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 blah. Also including me relentlessly trying to mute as this goober was saying what he said and so on. And that is before I got my dump button. Thank you again, ADHD trucker, if you're here, buddy. But they're going to take all of it into consideration. They're also going to take into consideration the fact that I have, for all intents and purposes, a relatively spotless history. The things that have been said that, you know, got me in trouble in the past, maybe things that I said even were one-offs, things that I didn't realize were going to cause a problem. The whole CP thing, everybody knows that's a problem. It had never happened before. So, hey, KRO, what's up? So we have a lot working in our favor, truly. And I am, as I said, more optimistic now than I have been even up to this point, and I've been very optimistic. Um, it is more a question of when than if. So keep the faith, cross your fingers, do your little rain dance, pray, send out positive vibes, however you want to do that, by all means. Please feel free. In the meantime, kids, because I don't want to worry about this um, in the future as a consistent thing, I have still been talking to the other platform. I had my first hour-long meeting. It was only supposed to be 30 minutes, and it ended up being an hour because I have been with that particular platform for since 2020 elsewhere. They're going to do a lot of really special things for me. I'm going to have a branded app. I agreed to it in preface today. They're sending over the contract today. I'm going to probably review it, sign off on it, and have it back to them with a, a big check with a 5 decimal places and a comma, if that tells you anything, how much it's going to cost me to do it. But I'm dedicated to this. So if, assuming everything goes to plan, 6 weeks at most from now, we will have. I'm getting a call on my personal line. Hold on a second. Let me see who this is. Hello. Yeah, that's me, but I'm actually in a live stream right now. Is there any chance I can? Can you send me an email or something? Okay, great. Thank you. That was my phone carrier. We're so and so with business. Is there any chance I could speak to? Yes, that's me, but no, you can't. I'm talking to people right now. Um, so 6 weeks from now, we're gonna have an app, not just a website, not just the forum, but we're gonna have an actual branded app that you're gonna be able to go to the Play Store or Apple, whatever that one's. What's the Apple version called? I forgot what it's called. Um, Apple Play, or what's it called? What's the Apple Store called? What the hell is the Apple Store called, y'all? Is it the App Store? Is that what it is? Okay, so on the App Store or Google Play, you're going to be able to type in Ruck Fobocalls, and you're going to see that big old sexy logo. That one right there. You're going to see that big old. For those of you on YouTube, it's that one. You're going to see that big old sexy logo right there. Yeah, you can download it for your phone. Um, we're gonna have multiple memberships. Some of this I don't want to talk too much about it. There's gonna be it's tentative. Okay. Um, there's gonna be at present the design is 3 tiers of membership. Okay. One is absolutely free. So for all the jackasses, it's all about money. It's not. There's also that's going to be where the important data is going to be. Everything that is consumer advocacy, everything that is what do I do if I've been scammed? How do I know if I'm being scammed? How do I know that the person I'm talking to is a romance scammer or pig butcherer or all of that stuff? It's all going to be free. 100%. We're going to have videos. I'm literally, I've been designing a video that is going to take people through how did these people lose their account? Let me show you how it happened. And I'm literally going to create an email that looks just like the ones that they use to steal people's accounts with. Then how it works, where if you click on this link, it takes you to a form that you're going to fill out, which is basically going to ask for your login credentials. Then those login credentials, instead of logging you in, are going to go to some scammer in Mumbai somewhere or Africa somewhere. Thank you, Kelly. Be paid to watch and own an app. I hope so. I certainly will know soon enough. Um, but literally stem to stern to show people how the scams work. That shit's all going to be free. Okay, so the people and there's going to be content on there that I get a lot of questions from people that are like, I want to show this at my nursing home, but all these f bombs and all the corn and all the other nastiness. Is there a way we can avoid doing that? Yes, we're going to put that up there, and it's all going to be absolutely free. Now you'll still have to have an account. You'll have to log in. It'll all have to be verified information. Sorry, trolls, you're screwed. Um, Thank you, Ellis Slave. Honey. Appreciate you. This is blessing in disguise. Things happen for a reason. Absolutely, Ellis Slave. That's exactly what I've been saying. Thanks to the other scam baiters, by the way, who have reached out to me and said nice things and told me to keep my chin up and so on and so forth. They've been very, very gracious and very, very kind. So thank you to all of them. And thank you to obviously to all of you. The That's going to be the free tier. And then there's going to be another tier that's going to allow people access to certain features. And then there'll be a top tier, which is going to give them access to absolutely everything. They're going to get special designation on their account. There'll be like a little badge next to their name and all of that stuff. Kind of like on TikTok, I mean on YouTube. Thank you, Selena. Uh, kind of like on YouTube where they have like the little, what is it, like a little wrench or something? Those are moderators and so on. But these are going to be much cooler than like little wrenches. They're going to be like full on badges and whatever. Your profile, you can be as anonymous as you want in your profile, or you can put pictures up. You can do all of that kind of stuff, just like you can with all other social media apps. Um, you know, keep it as private as you want. But when you sign up, I have to have all of your actual information. What does that do? That keeps me from having threats and put 5 digits money out of your pocket to create an app for us. Our friends still have it. Just shows what kind of man you are. Well, thank you very much. That's kind. Thank you, Nicole. How are you, dear? I hope you're doing well. Cameron, my brother, pricing tiers you're thinking of making. Not yet. That's very preliminary. I can tell you that it will be extraordinary. Number one, it's going to be very reasonable. I promise you, you have my word. It will be extraordinarily reasonable. Okay. It will also come with benefits. Like if you are a member of that group, you will also get automatic discounts on merch, stuff like that. Okay. Some of this is going to have to be built in along the way. So just you're going to have to be patient with me, but I have absolute control over the building process. I just have to give the creative input to the people that are building it for me. That's it. The one of the last parts of the discussion that I had with the guy from the app is, look, man, you know, how long is it going to take to make a decision? I was like, dude, I've already made my decision. We just need to talk about the price and whatever. Because I've been with this platform since its very beginning, 3.5 years ago, they're like, or actually 4 years ago. Well, it's 3.5 years ago. They're anxious to work with me. He goes, it's also the end of the quarter, dude. And I'm like, tell me what you got. And what I'm getting for the price that I'm paying is extraordinary, but I'm helping them a lot too. Um, I'll be one of their biggest accounts and so on and so forth based on, projections. Thank you, Kimberly Morelli. So it's going to be epic. I don't want to talk about the pricing yet. I promise you it will be very, very reasonable. Here's the other thing. There's no gifting. So those of you that gift and do those kinds of things, you will have other mechanisms by which you want to do that. If you want to use my link tree to do it, you can do that. But otherwise, there's no gifting. You just get to sit back and watch and enjoy, right? There are going to be limitations to, for example, the live streams. He's like, how big are your live streams? And I'm like, well, I said, I've had live streams with as many as 17,500 people in them. And he goes, holy shit. And he goes, well, we're not going to be able to handle that many. I said, well, fortunately, I don't have very many like that. I said, but most of the ones that I do have land somewhere between 3 and 10,000 pretty much every day. And he's like, okay, here's our first struggle. And I was like, okay, well, what's the struggle? And he says, well, if you want to have that level, we're going to need 10 more of you because it's super expensive for us to get to that level to be able to host that many people. It's just logistically, it's just not possible for us at this point. And I said, okay, how many you can get? He goes 2,500 to 3,000. So here's the deal. The live streams, it's going to be 3,000 people. Now here's the deal though. I've told you guys many, many times that the 99.5 to 99.7 of the people who come into my live streams, anywhere from 200 to 300,000 per day over on TikTok, don't pay anything or gift anything or anything anyway. So I don't know that we're going to have that much trouble with it, very honestly. But it may mean as we grow, there may be some caps and it may be first come, first serve. And there may be kind of a waiting list or a queue to get in. once we get to like that 3,000 people level. But again, that's a bridge we'll burn when we get there. But I don't think it's going to be a huge issue because I think it's going to be a smaller number of people. The smaller number of people um, means that the chat's going to be more manageable. It means that there's going to be more one-on-one interaction with me and more input from you guys about how to handle the calls and so on and so forth. So it's going to be a little bit more focused, and it's going to be the people that are here for the right reasons, not if you consider my live streams on TikTok, let's say there's 300,000 people, what percentage of those people are making comments from Ghana or Jamaica or Nigeria or India, Pakistan, or wherever? Trolls, just people wanting to talk shit about me or my wife or whatever. Thank you, Aubrey. So I think it's going to be good. Yeah, 3,000 per day in a given live stream. I'm paying a lot so that I'll be able to have a lot of data stored. The videos and things like that, um, you'll be able to see them instead of like with YouTube right now. Thank you, Lindsay. I will probably, at least for the short term, continue to be live on the other platforms. I know I will on TikTok. I mean, I know I will on YouTube for a while, just for the purposes of the downloadability of the performances, the videos, right? The um, TikTok, probably not as much. Again, we're trying to get away from the evil AI overlords. That's why. Um, I think it's one of those things where um, you know, pluses and minuses across platforms. There's pluses on TikTok. There's pluses on YouTube. There's pluses on Instagram. One of my biggest, hey, Jamie, thank you. Welcome to the family. I think one of the biggest holdbacks for me, someone just asked, do I need to stop my platform or do I need to stop my membership over on TikTok? Here's what I'll say. My official answer on that is no. I have been assured, and thank you for asking that, Joel. I have been assured by TikTok through the agency, not directly, but through the agency, that in the event that anybody has been billed during any portion of the ban, if there's any correction that needs to be made, they will make that, whether it's a refund or whatever. Should you cancel memberships? And people are like, oh, he just cares about the money. The percent that I get from memberships is actually pretty small. So it really doesn't, it's not like while I certainly appreciate all of it, all of the gifts and all the other things, it's not something that I can, it's not something that, it's going to make or break a deal, and it's not something around which I would make a decision. But there's a lot of people, subscribers and non-subscribers, who send gifts, and I told them that the gifts that I receive are anywhere from pennies in a day to literally there are people who are from time to time sending me $100 or multiple hundreds of dollars in gifts and things like that for big events and so on. Told them about the deal with Mindy last week and that kind of thing. Um, Uh, I'm still going to do what I do with Ronnie and Robin and Gary, I think is his name. Don't quote me on that. From Intelligence for Good. Um, in terms of making donations and so on and so forth. This may be the best thing that ever happened to Intelligence for Good. This switch. For the short term, I'm going to keep everything. I'm not going to get rid of anything just yet. There is going to be a ton of free content right out of the gate when I set up the new platform. Essence, how you reach big audiences and raise awarenesses with the new platform if it's members only? I stumbled on you months ago on TikTok, just wondering. It's a fair question. There will be some percentage. Thank you, Selma. There will be some percentage Oh, is Ronnie here? Hey, what's up, homie? Um, there will be some percentage of people that, or some percentage of the lives that will be absolutely free, but they will not all be free anymore. And whoever the jackass was that one of my mods sent over to me, Kevin something or other. I hope he's here now. This is part of my job. Ben from Blue Chef told me the other day we had a meeting. We periodically we'll have meetings where we talk about things that I should be doing differently or better, or ways to improve my live streams or the quality of the content that I'm putting out. And one of the things he said, man, he goes, "You need to quit downplaying the fact that this is a part of your job." And he goes, "I know it didn't originally start out as your job, but it's consuming more and more of your time. Um, you know, you need to own the fact that, yeah, you are providing entertainment for free. People are watching you. I know this statistically. I can see these numbers. There are people watching me uh, for hours and hours and hours and hours per day. And then there are who I know they're not watching that much Netflix or Hulu or whatever else. They are gifting, you know, sometimes in my mind, as grateful as I am, they seem like ridiculous amounts of money. And I'm super grateful for all that. But it's by the same token, it's like they can't do that on Hulu. They can't do that on um what?
Your voice is going up, like low and high. Regular and
Does it sound funny on Instagram,
yeah.
you guys? Is that what you're watching on?
Uh-huh.
Is it doing that on on YouTube?
I'm not on
It's not on YouTube. My wife just told me that my voice is sounding like it like dips and thank you. Very weird and stuff on Instagram. I don't know why. so, um, so I need to kind of embrace the fact that yes, I do get paid for this, and yes, I do provide quality entertainment, but it's also informative and educational, and so on and so on and so forth. So this is me, Ben. If you're here watching on either platform, um, I'm owning it. And then people want to bitch and moan. They're like, "Oh, he's just all about the money." Really? So I volunteered for 3 years, but because the last 6 months and moving forward, I'm going to actually, put a little bit of a price on it. That makes me an asshole. And that I give away more in any given month than you make. That makes me an asshole. Come on, man. You know, I just don't get that. Thank you for Thanks for all the new follows and subscribers over on YouTube as well, guys. I really do appreciate that. You can tell I've been busy. I didn't even fix my hair before I put a hat on, before I got on calls. That's how busy I was today, kids. Um, we're gonna have this new deal. The new app is gonna be just ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be fully branded. It's gonna have the colors that I want, the logos, taglines. It will be protected. My trademarks will be protected. Thank you very much, Beth. Any ideas on how to do wordy yet? No, but see, a lot of the things. I mean, to be totally honest, people always ask, "Well, like, why do you do wordy?" Well, Ben told me in the beginning, he's like, "You got to gamify the money part of it," and I was like, I don't want to ask people for money. I don't want to. I don't want to be panhandling and whatever. I'm being told that I need to check something here. Hold on a second. Oh, where's Kevin? Kevin is the one who made the kind of asshole comments about it being all about money. The new platform is going to be called Ruck Fobocalls. It's going to be the Ruck Fobocalls app. That's going to be what it is. So, where is Kevin? Let me tell you guys exactly what Kevin said. and I'll tell you why I'm anxious to talk to Kevin. I want you to not worry about the money from TikTok and do your work on here, but this has shown that it's not about a cause, but about money. This was a comment that was left on by Kevin Barnes 6844 on one of my posts on YouTube. Kevin, are you here? Would you like to speak up? I would be more than happy to afford you the opportunity to say something if you'd like to. I just checked. Oh, he got timed out. Okay, well, untime him. Can we untime him out? And you can also come over to Instagram. I'll even put you in the box on Instagram if you're on Instagram, buddy. There's 7 people wanting to get in. Um, I don't see you on that list, but if you'd like to come over and say something, you're welcome to do so. Don't I don't want anybody to be ugly yet because again, a lot can be lost in context. But Kevin, I fully invite you to come over to Instagram. I want to hear you say that, and I want to hear your justification for that. So hold on a second. Let me clear these. It won't allow me to clear them like TikTok does. That's weird. Kevin can't talk. I don't think he can talk right now. Thank you, Lynn. Welcome to the family, dear. Kevin, nothing. Were we able to untime him out? Hi, Stacy. Thank you. I, I get that he supports me, but you can't say that you support me and then say um that I'm only doing it for the money because that's horseshit. It's not true. I mean, and why am I continuing to answer emails when I'm not making a dime? I'm still helping people. People are, and people say, well, you didn't answer my email. Well, I only get about 150 a day, and there's only so many hours in a day, and there's only so many projects that I can work on. And while I'm sorry you lost $300 on Facebook Marketplace, am I going to deal with that, or am I going to deal with the guy who lost $300,000? I'm definitely going to deal with the guy that lost $300,000. No offense to the person that lost three, but thank you, Elizabeth. Hi. Kevin is not coming over to Instagram. I don't, I don't, if you'd like to, let's see here. Yes, continue sending the emails because I'm also filtering those out to other scam baiters too. So, and the data collection piece is a major part of, I mean, I spent a lot of money to expand how much I can hold on to. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Deborah. I'm trying to figure out Deborah's full name. It doesn't show her full name. It just is Deborah SC. I got nothing. And it's, oh, why is it always the people that never want to actually come and say anything that will put shitty comments on the internet? Why is that? Let me see if I'm looking for any emails or anything from Kevin. Oh, he's on Instagram. Okay, send me a box request, Kevin, so that you can go live. I see Jay, Fears, Chris, Darcy, Jessica, Kelly, Melody, but no Kevin. So, Kevin, send me a request to go live, and then I'll let you say whatever you want to say. Like you can actually say it. And if mods, if you see it, draw it to my attention. Okay, now I see one. Damien, no. Here's a good example. Here's one somebody asked me just now, and it says, "Why do I get calls from China mainland and voicemails?" Um, Wait, China mainland and voicemails with a robo woman speaking in Mandarin. Are those just typical common spam? Blah blah blah. Here's what those are. Those are actually um, they are robocalls. They're automated, and they are looking for Chinese American immigrants. They are fake, and they tell them that if they don't, there's something wrong with their paperwork, um, and that they can't. Um, if they don't get it squared away, they're going to be kicked out of the country. That's what they are. They're totally fake. They're total scams and whatever. I don't see. He said his phone died. Well, of course it did. Put it. That's why we have chargers. Plug it in. Probably an iPhone because they have no batteries. He said his phone died. Of course, his phone died. I mentioned that you or a family member have been scammed. Never, ever, ever mention in mine or anybody else's, any other scam baiters chat that you've been scammed. That makes you a target. I really wish he just left a comment. I wish there was a way for me to expand the chat. I don't know. I'm. Oh, you know what? Let me try this. Let me try this on Instagram. I haven't plugged my microphone in yet. There we go. Does it sound different now? Kevin is right there. Okay. You got to remember, guys, I see about 4 comments at a time and it's flying. What the hell is all this crap? I don't want that. I don't want to type comments. Son of a. Stop doing that. I'm trying to scroll through the comments and it won't let me. Okay. Kevin is here. Okay. 9 plus. I don't know what Kevin's name is. So I still don't see him on there. So very clear now. Okay. Yeah. I didn't have the microphone plugged in. I forgot. I'm out of practice. Nothing. All you have to do is request it. Amazing dog. Love all that you, man, the people. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate you, dude. That's very, very kind of you. Uh, he's here, but he doesn't want to go live. Well, what's the point of being here then? I don't get it. Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't want to go live, then I'm gonna not worry about it. Brittany King just made a comment, and I quote, "Because 300 doesn't get you fame, but 3,000 does." 300 doesn't get you fame, but 3,000 does. I don't get that. I don't even understand what the hell that means. Is that a good thing? I mean, regardless, thank you, Fat to Fit. Yeah, I'm done with Kevin. If Kevin wants to reach out to me, he can. There's a way for him to go live, and he doesn't want to. If he doesn't want to go live, then my suggestion is just shut the fuck up and don't say anything else. Simple as that. Thank you, Z Adkins. Said if I can't make an OF, yes, we will not be doing that. Oh yeah, got it. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, so there's 500 people in here right now. Let's see if we can, or 490. It doesn't show me the participants either. That blows. Yeah, there's been a lot of people talking mad shit, like on my wife's pages and stuff like that. That is not going to serve them as well as they think it is when the account does come back. Oops, what was this? Made the comment when you were saying you will answer an email when someone got scanned with a higher amount. Oh, it's not about, no, it's not about that. Oh my God. No. Okay. So now I have a little bit more clarity. Hold on a second. I'm looking at some of these deleted. No, pay more attention to the 300,000. You know what, guys? Here's another thing that people don't understand about what we do as scam baiters. Okay. Now, y'all, some of those of you with the absence of any real manner of intellect, Caleb, thank you very much. People will say things they have no balls to say man to man. Doc gives you a chance to speak your opinion. You don't take it. Exactly. I'm so glad to see you, Doc. I'm so looking forward to this new platform. Glad to see you. Oh, you repeated it. Thank you, Heather Woods. I appreciate you very much. Here's the thing, if you have the choice of saving a bus full of children or one child, who do you save? Somebody give me an answer other than the bus load of children, right? You're always going to, if you have the opportunity to save a busload of children or save one child, which one do you choose? If anybody has an answer that does not say busload of children, please speak up. I mean, I guess that's okay. All things being equal, none of these are my children, Vanessa Torres. None of these people are related to me. I don't know any of them. They're total strangers, just like the people who email me asking me for help with their $300 scam versus their $300,000 scam. Who would you help? And they go, oh, the person on whose life it's going to have the most impact. Bullshit. No, you wouldn't. Bullshit. You wouldn't. Because I don't give a shit who you are. That $300,000 deal is a big deal. It has an impact, right? It is what it is. And we're faced with those decisions every day. And I was talking to another scam baiter not long ago, and we were talking about this very thing that people don't understand about what we do. That we're faced with that decision every day 20 times. Go to Pierogi's page. I think it's on Instagram. Go to Pierogi's page and look what he has in his bio. Do not send me your personal scams. Don't do it. He's not going to help you. I remember the first time I read that, I was like, fuck, man, that's kind of cold, bro. Now I got 800,000 followers. I get it, dude. I totally get it because you can't help everybody. And it is an emotional beating trying to manage that. You have the worst guilt ever. It's horrible. So, the person might take you 10 minutes compared to, no, that's not how it works, Dakota. It's not how it works. Someone messaged in here a minute ago and they said, I say a minute ago, it's probably 10, 15 minutes ago. And they said something about, did you maybe see my email about the puppy scam? I didn't. I'll probably go back and look for it. But a puppy scam, they got taken for a few $100s, a grand, whatever. What information do you have on the person? Literally none. A fake profile on Facebook from Facebook Marketplace. What am I going to be able to do? Absolutely nothing. My Twitter account got hacked. What do I do? Absolutely nothing except beg Twitter. My Facebook got hacked. My Instagram got hacked. Nothing. Beg Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Well, I actually watched people wire money out of my account in real time 20 minutes ago. I can do something about that today. Ronnie can do something about that today, right? But 3 years ago, I lost $400 to a Facebook Marketplace scam trying to buy a poodle. I can't do anything with that. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I hate that you got scammed. That was an expensive lesson. Chalk it up as such and govern yourself accordingly moving forward. But there's not much I can do. And we have to deal with that. And I stopped short of telling you guys the story. The scammator and I were talking. He's like, I've got access to the scammer's computer. I've got over 200 active connections that this guy has into unwitting victims' computers. He is waiting on them to get a big deposit or something so he can go in and snatch it. And then I'm seeing him, same guy, with one woman on the phone right now. Should I intervene and tell the woman that she's talking to a scammer? The scammer is going to figure out that I'm in his connections, right? And if he figures that out, he's going to go and cancel all the connections and reset his passwords on everything. And I've just lost 206, I think it was, people. 210, 220, something like that. Do I spare this one instead of the other 200? No, you can't risk it. You have to do the most good at the most time. Ask a doctor or a nurse that's been in an actual battle zone. Triage is, what is the odds that this dude is going to live? If he does live, what are his odds of having a normal life? Is he going to be a vegetable for the rest of his life? Am I going to take care of that guy, or am I going to take care of the guy who's bleeding to death from a gunshot wound? Gunshot wound all day. You have to make those kinds of decisions. And I'm not insinuating even that what I do is that important. But I'm just saying you have to make those decisions, and you do. And the people that question that and they say, "Oh no, you just want to get famous because," no. It's where I can have the most impact. And the people that say those kinds of things have never been charged with major decisions. I guarantee you. They don't have to make life or death decisions. They don't have to make life or death financial decisions for people or that would affect people. Yeah, somebody decided made awful decisions during COVID. Bless the people that stayed in the hospitals and worked, you know. We were having live stream, get interrupted with commercials like, oh, thank you so much for asking that, Double G. That is one of the most important things to remember. The new app, there are no commercials. So those of you that are on YouTube right now, there's 1,600 of you on YouTube right now, no commercials. Be like Mexican soccer, baby. No commercials. I even told the guy, I was like, what about like if I want to do like a merch pop-up on my own screen that says, hey, like the merch, click here. He's like, we don't do that. I was like, He goes, you can put it in your chat. I was like, well, like we do on everything else, we can do that. You need Sid in your life? Who doesn't need somebody like Sid? That's all I'm saying. Um, I am, for those that are joining late, I am creating an app. I just agreed on premise today. They're sending the contract over. I'm spending a boatload of money out of pocket to build an app that will be available on Android and Apple, that you'll be able to search. We anticipate a 6-week turnaround. It'll take that long to build and build out and get approved and everything. But you'll be able to just go to either store, depending on where, what operating system you're on, and download the app. And when you download the app, you'll be a member of the community. There'll be tiered memberships. There'll be a free one, absolutely. And then there'll be at least 2 other price points. Everybody who's already a subscriber on TikTok or a subscriber on YouTube, charter member on YouTube, not subscriber, paid charter member. Those guys are going to get the first opportunity to join, and they're going to get the best possible deal. So, I mean, not saying that to pressure anybody. I'm just telling you because people will always come back and go, "You didn't tell us that." Yeah, I did. Will I keep the other platforms? Probably. But am I going to spend 14 hours a day working effectively to create content for a platform that arbitrarily yanks my shit out from underneath me every other week? No, not going to do that. I own 100% of my content on this app. It's all, the trademarks will actually be protected. I will not have to deal with bullshit fake accounts scamming you guys. I will not have to deal with Ghanaian or Nigerian or Gambian or Filipino scammers all the time. If you want to join this, you're going to give up your actual information. If you are a paid person, you're going to use your actual credit card. And if it is not a verified, like you're not going to be able to use some bullshit green dot money guard. You're not, it's going to be your name. So I'm going to know your name. You join. You want to join just for giggles and troll me? Cool. Please know that I have all your shit. So, the intent there is it's going to make a lot, um, it's going to make it a much more enjoyable experience for everybody that watches. We're not doing calls today. We're not doing calls until I get the decision back from TikTok. One way or the other. I'm not, because if TikTok comes back, and here's why. If I'm going to get TikTok back, which I'm very confident that I am, not so much if, but when that happens, I'm going to reset up how I stream so that I can stream on multiple platforms at once, number one. Number two, the dump button will be installed in that. If I'm not going to do it on TikTok, then if I will not do the full live streams on TikTok like I have been doing for the last year, then I don't care as much. I don't have to worry so much about the setup, because the setup that it takes for that, it's time, it's money, and my time is my money. So, are you allowed to pay for someone else? Yes, but they will still have to enter their own personal information, and it'll all have to be verified and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to have fake accounts. There will not be fake accounts, period. So we will not have that issue. Ruck me feels the same. What feels the same? Yeah. At this point, if somebody says that they got scammed, just mute them for 5 minutes on YouTube, and then they'll figure out that they're not supposed to do that. We've said it about 100 times so far. I've seen you guys in the comments saying it. Teresa Cook, thank you. Sugar glider lady, welcome. I love sugar gliders. They're so cute. Thanks for all the follows, guys. Ruck Fobocalls will be the new app name. It's not up yet. It won't be for 6 to 8 weeks. They said 6. I'm a realist. I say 8. but because I agreed to pay for everything up front, they're going to expedite it. That's what I'm told. Um, and I'm doing that out of my pocket. So I will have spent a lot more than I will make in the first many months, probably, to make this thing going. I'm sorry, but TikTok ban you. It's going to be so great. Can't wait. I kind of agree, John. I was having a conversation with Deo the other day, privately, and I was like, look, man, he's like, it sucks they did that to you. And Deo, this really resonates with him because he was demonetized by YouTube. They took away his account and took away all this other stuff. And now even if he goes and tries to make another account that gets monetized, they'll kill that. And Deo is the sweetest guy. He is the kind of running joke is he doesn't get involved in anybody else's bullshit or drama. He's just Switzerland. He's like never takes a side and whatever. And I know the guy. I've known him for a while now, and he really is genuinely that good of a guy. You know, and I feel bad that he got that demonetization, and he's in Canada, so the rules for TikTok monetization are very different up there. So, he was this close to going full time. Again, the blessings that you look at are thank goodness he didn't quit his job, like his day job or whatever, because if he had, then it was like, then what? Right? And then they demonetized him. But he was saying, he's like, "Hey man, it really sucks for you, dude. I'm pulling for you, whatever." And I'm like, that's really cool of you. I appreciate that, man. I said, but the good thing about stuff like this, you guys have heard me say, I seek the lesson. What am I being asked to learn in this situation? What I was asked to learn is that I need to stop allowing other platforms to own my content. And that's effectively what I'm doing. I just saw, okay, check Discord. Okay. Where is it? There it is. I don't want him on, I don't care if Kevin's in chat on what's called. I wanted him to come over and talk, show his face and talk. Why won't I continue going streaming there too? I will to a certain extent, but I'm not going to, you know, yes, I'm about raising awareness and yes, I'm about helping people and so on and so forth. But, it got to the point where I was um spending 14 hours a day and 12 of that is helping people who never contribute, never do anything, don't understand or respect the fact that I do this for a living. Sorry, the cleaning ladies are vacuuming downstairs right now. Um, it'll only be for a few minutes. Um, you know, if I can focus my attention on the people who are never going to troll me, who are there for the right reasons 100% of the time, you know, I do still have a mortgage to pay. I do still have car notes and electricity bills and shit. This is a part of my job, right? Doesn't mean that I don't still volunteer a shit ton of my time because I do. And I'll be honest with you guys, even I didn't realize how much time. Sandra, thank you. And you know what? And I regret to say, Mama Maiden, look forward to the new adventure. Watch who you are in the hospital. Your content helped me get through it emotionally. So thank you for that. Been watching ever since. Thank you. There was somebody Stanks. Any chance of hosting other scam baiters on the new app? I would absolutely do that. And I saw some dumbass comment that some other person made saying, I think it was on Vanessa's stuff or something, that I refuse to work with Kit Boga. Bullshit. Get Kit Boga on the phone and tell Kit Boga I want to work with him. You can do that, bro. I'm down 1,000%. I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll get out of the shower with wet hair and soap on my face and do one with Kit Boga. Same for Pierogi. That's not what I said. And she was like, he just shut it down immediately. Bullshit. That's not what I did. What I said was, my understanding is that Kit Boga doesn't collab with anybody. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true. I said, my understanding is if somebody can get Kit Boga to call me or message me, Pierogi, same. I have nothing but respect for those guys. I've done collabs with Deo. I've done collabs with um, Dan. You know, get them on, bro. I'm down. Again, it's people that's the kind of dumb shit that I don't want to have to waste time on. You know, um, I'm from TikTok. My weeknights haven't been the same. Excited for the next step of the journey. Can't wait for your new app. I will 100% be supporting from the UK. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Will I be able to watch from the beginning to get info? Yes, you will. Absolutely. Let's see. I'm just looking to see. I made an in the whoops comment and should not have, and I apologize. I respect Doc very much. Cool, Kevin. I appreciate that. And like I said, man, this is I it takes a big man to say that. I appreciate that. Truly. Um, that's the kind of and that's the kind of thing where sometimes if I mention somebody by name, people say, why do you give trolls? I'm not saying Kevin's a troll. Okay. A lot of times what we put in comments doesn't reflect what we actually think or feel. It comes out wrong. It gets interpreted any number of different ways by the number of people that, as many different ways as there are people that read it. You know, the guy that, well, I don't even want to say who it is, still talking shit. Oh, I'm the one that got him banned. No, you didn't. You dumb shit. No, you didn't. And it's like, do I go and make a point of just having everybody go pile on this numbnuts? No. What's the point? They're going to be a numbnuts no matter what. I'm just going to block them. And then when I'm back, they'll have to sneak in to watch my lives like everybody else does that's been a jackass and blocked me. You know? Rolls at me every time I come upstairs from work and watching your stream and say over and over, give a dog like a period. Yeah, I get a lot of that, man. Yeah. MM. Thanks, Woo. The good news is we're going to be it I promise you, we will give people the opportunity. One of the most beautiful things about the new app is that it will I'll be able to do a number of things. I'll be able to um, share my screen, not the dirty stuff. I won't do that. But the emails that I get, I'll be able to, kind of screenshot those and share those, what I'm calling off of. I won't share people's personal information like this is my email address and I sent it in. I won't share that, but I'll share a screenshot of, this is what I'm calling off of right now. And I'll be able to point out this is where, how do I identify if this is a scam? Look at these grammatical errors that I've highlighted. Look at the, um, speech construction errors. Look at this. This is not a Geek Squad logo, or it's deformed or flattened or, whatever. There's stuff like that I'm going to be able to share, but I'm also going to be able to, on that one platform, if somebody wants to come in and they've said something and it's got people sideways, or got people's panties in a twist or whatever, we can say, okay, come live. I'll invite you live. And if you don't want to come in and go live, okay, well, now you're looking at like suspension rules and things like that. All of that is going to be laid out in the rules, and they're going to be publicly posted. And if someone doesn't like one of the rules, they can leave. Simple as that, right? Googler, yeah. Everybody says Googler now. Um, Yeah, won't be making calls today. I'm not going to make calls until I get the okay from TikTok to do it, and then I'll go full steam. I'm going to go buy. I haven't done it yet because I haven't had the need because TikTok's not live yet. I'm More confident than not that I will get the TikTok back. It's more a question of when than if at this point, based on what I know. Okay. So for those that don't know or haven't heard me say that yet, maybe you came in late. Um, it is actively being worked on right now, not only by us and my agency, but and my lawyer, but TikTok is actively reviewing what we're doing and what has happened up to this point. So generally speaking, if you get to that point, that's a good thing. You know, in my experience, that has been my experience with TikTok. Guys, I've been permanently banned 4 times. The longest one was 10 days. You know, it was a lot less consequential at that point because I think I had like 100,000 followers or something. Um, I think it was 80,000. That was the last time I got like permanently banned. But they've reinstated it every single time. I have a more compelling argument now than ever. Um, you know, forget the financial aspect of it, how much money I make for TikTok. I make TikTok a shit ton of money. It would be dumb on their part. Um, but they have to protect their user base, and I get that. I totally understand. I've been patient. I remain patient, but I also remain confident. And I appreciate all the support from everybody on all the platforms. You know, people are like spilling over into my Facebook and all the stuff on my link tree. Um, you know, um, it will we be able to subscribe for the top tier, and if we're broke, go back to lower tier? Yes. Here's one of the cool things about this. One of my favorite things about this is that, hey, Suze, you will have Brian Till. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, brother. I really, truly do. Um, um, you will be able to control what you want and don't want in terms of not only will you be able to select, like, let's say, well, I work for PayPal, so I don't want to hear about PayPal scams. You can just not watch PayPal stuff. I mean, if you watch the lives, you get what you get. But, you know, in terms of curated content or posts about PayPal or stuff like that, you can just shut that off. You just don't get those notifications. You'll be able to have notification, and you will have absolute control over what you get notifications on. Notifications on you have what you call groups and spaces. Groups are like categories. Spaces are subcategories, right? So you'll have a broad general thing like, you know, um, scam baiting calls. And then below that, you'll have one over talking. Everybody loves that. Or if your favorite is, I like it when you interrupt them, you know, or I like it when you do Beverly. I like it when you do whatever. All of that shit is categorized. You can pick what you want and you can set notifications. Ruck Fobocalls just posted something in Beverly or Sid or whatever new character we come up with, or, you know, whatever. Surgery is still scheduled for January, or not January, July 1st. So who knows? I may have more voices or less. I don't know, but I'm thinking it'll be more. So there's a lot of things, cruise lover. First of all, I'm not familiar enough with Instagram to know what is allowed or not allowed. That's one reason. Another reason is in order for me to feel confident doing it without getting dinged somehow, I don't want to do it on YouTube until I have the dump button set up. I'm not going to set up the dump button until I know whether or not I'm going to be live on TikTok, because if I'm not going to be live on TikTok, it saves me a tremendous amount of setup work. So we'll just have to see how that goes. That's why. I am still very actively working calls. I am still very actively disseminating information to um, banks, web hosts, phone carriers, etc. Actively. That doesn't take near as much time as actually handling the calls, though. So, and you know, like I said, shit, I haven't taken a vacation. I mean, the closest thing I got to a vacation was Live Fest. Well, when I went to New York, and that was, you know, 16-hour days. staying up till the crack of dawn, getting a few hours sleep and then working more, going to TikTok studios and shit. And then prior to that was Live Fest. I mean, I didn't take a vacation this year. So, Live Fest was 3 days and it literally was nonstop, never stopped moving while I was there in California. So my last real vacation, shit, I don't even know. 2 years ago when I went to Miami with my whole family. That's it. Emailed again. I appreciate you, Kevin. You're good, buddy. I really genuinely appreciate that. I do. It takes a big man to admit, hey, maybe I misspoke or whatever. That's cool, and I appreciate that. So no worries. I will read your email. I'll find it. There's 36,000 or so in there right now, and I'll read it. Stephanie Langley, thank you very much. MOTP indeed. I don't think that I fully finished talking about ADHD for the win. The if you want to change tiers where you're at in the membership or whatever, you'll always have complete autonomy over that. You'll be able to cancel, join, change tiers, all of that yourself. No involvement with anybody else. You never give me a credit card. Now, I will have data about, you will be required to put in information, working information, with respect to, your name and address and all that kind of stuff. You'll also have to put in a phone number. People say, oh, here's why. Two-step authentication. It's a security thing. You're going to have that number for verification from time to time. So you do anything jackassy, I will still be able to reach you. I will never, ever in any way, shape, or form, and it will be in writing. I will never share, sell, lease anything, anyone's information. I hate spam more than all of you. I've literally kind of dedicated my life to, spam calls and all that kind of stuff. So you don't have to worry about any of that. The security of your information will be top tier, 100%. The payment processor that we use is Stripe. It's what I use for everything already. It is hands down the safest mass merchant card services company in the world. They have the fewest incidences of any kind of breach or any kind of problems of anybody, including PayPal. No offense to PayPal. I know a lot of people like them. Yes, there'll be 3 tiers. There'll be at least 3 tiers. There'll be a free version completely. Then there'll be one that it is going to give you access to certain limited stuff. Then there'll be a top tier that'll give you, and this is the current plan, that'll give you access to everything 100%. You'll even be able to communicate privately with one another. So it's like literally, it'll be a lot like Facebook in terms of functionality. You have the capacity to make posts of your own, stuff like that. What happens if we need to cancel for a month or two and the amount of people allowed in cap? Do we go on that waiting list? I don't know that we're going to, we won't have to wait list members, but there might be a wait list on an individual live stream. Again, some of that, totally honestly, we will not know until we get in there and start doing it. I think one of the things that works in my favor is that most of the time that people are using this, they are they're using it in the evening, which is when there's the most bandwidth being used by the platform. In my situation, it's during the day when people aren't using it as much. So that actually kind of helps us. So, they're telling me 2,500 to 3,000 people capped. YouTube, the vast majority of the people that are in there right now, let me look at my participants list right now. Whoops. And just as an example, there's 1,400 people in here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 charter members. out of 1,400. Now, there may be more. There may be some people that are listed as private, but that's a very small percentage of people. So I think, honestly, I don't think we're going to have that much trouble. If we have 3,000 people in a live stream on this paid platform, amazing. It's going to be huge. And will the kind of money that I'm putting into this, we're actually going to help the platform be able to potentially up how much bandwidth they have. That's intentional. Like I said, I've been with this particular platform for a really long time, pretty much since their beginning, and they're excited to have us. So, and I think if anybody's going to get kind of preferential treatment, it's going to be us. Mitzi, thank you. Um, Welcome to the family. The guy that I talked to from the platform today told me, he said, "Look, man, you're going to be top quartile without question, like right away." Meaning, the number of people that we're likely to have, the number of whatever, that gives us privilege. It gives us, different advantages and logistical benefits and things like that. What day Vanessa scared Doc? You go back to Vanessa's page, you could probably find something about it. It was months ago, though. You can't be able to access the new platform. Yes, I don't know that there'd be any issue. That's a question I'll ask, but I don't see there being any issue with that whatsoever. We're gonna have a branded app. It's gonna be ours. Period. Yeah. Samantha said some people are very weary of TikTok, so this is a great alternative. Cool. You know, There's a lot of people that refuse to get on TikTok. Misty, how do you say your last name, dear? Is it Bouget? It's French. Thank you for joining the family. Um, please read your last comment. I don't know how far back it was. Uh, I'm scrolling. I was a sub on YouTube. It was due shortly after you were banned. Sub monthly will be able to be in with the subs getting access to new app. Here's the order. Subscribers have subscribed in the past, the masses. That's going to be the order that it goes out. I'm relatively certain that nobody that really wants to be there is going to have a hard time getting there, or in the short term, certainly not in the short term, have a hard time seeing anything that we do over there. So those are going to be the people to get the first crack. I mean, I think that's only fair. Um, you know, we'll probably have some sort of built-in trial. Um, 7-day trial or something that'll be automatic. When you sign up, you will have to give your billing information, but it will be very clear that it will shut off automatically if you don't click the go button. That's my understanding of how it's going to work. That's a technical thing that when I get in with the actual CSM team, they'll that will be something that I want, because I don't want people to be, you sign up for a free trial and then in tiny little print it says, if you don't tell us to cancel, we're just going to keep billing you out of the ass. Like, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to do that. I don't like that. I've never liked that. So it'll be something that you'll just get shut off. And then if you decide you want to join, then you'll be able to just come in and go, hey, I'm already in your system. We'll keep you as a free person, but we won't, you just lose access to all the shit that's not free, basically. Think TikTok may get throttled due to suspicious activity? Will there be gifts? No. Not built into the app. My understanding is they don't even have that functionality. Thank you, Eric Sanchez and Chris and Marie Carter and Leah Rohan. Thank you very much. Welcome to the family, kids. Sounds like people me who can't afford to send money and become members will fall short and not be able to see content. Not entirely, Kyle. Not entirely. There will still be some content that you'll be able to see, and the important part of it, um, with respect to the consumer advocacy, all the information about what to do if and what happens when, and how do I contact if, and those kinds of things. That'll all still be available to everyone. Now, some of the more entertainment leaning aspects of it, yeah, there's going to be some limitations on that. And a lot of people have said that, well, you'll lose me if I have to pay for it. Well, okay, well, I'm sorry to see you go, but I can't. I mean, if only because of the limitations. Um, I mean, there's other creators, scam baiters that just like, I have a Patreon and you can pay me there, and then you'll be on my sub only. People do sub only live streams. I never did that, not one time ever. You know, I gave it away for years and years and years, and there's still thousands of hours of content on YouTube. You know, it's kind of like, what do you do when you watch the very last video on the hub? What do you do? Start rewatching it? I guess I don't know. Talk to your therapist first of all, because that's a problem. Can someone? Oops. It is not letting me scroll. Can someone tell me which app? The app is not developed yet fully. I'm just signing the contract today. So 6 weeks from now, that's when there'll be an app. It'll be up. You said way to resubscribe on TikTok. Will I still count? Yeah, I just covered that, Ninners. If it is subscribers, and here's the other thing. The app is not going to be out for 6 weeks. Assuming my TikTok comes back, and we are confident that it probably will. It's not a question of if, but when. You're going to know in advance anyway. You have the opportunity to resubscribe and whatever. And at that point, if you unless you just want to, there's no point in subscribing on the others, So, Martha Madden, welcome to the family, dear. TikTok is warning a musician for playing his own music of copyright violations. Yeah, it's happened. That's the downside to the AI thing. AI is great in a lot of ways, but it does bring its challenges. Everybody asks me about Twitch and Kick and Rumble and all this other shit. And here's the thing. The whole thing I'm trying to get away from is somebody else having control over when and where and how my content can be live streamed. I'm out on that. I'm done with that shit. I mean, it doesn't mean that I won't still use the other platforms, but I'm not going to depend on them. And I'm definitely not going to depend on them for income. If I manage to make some little, pittance out of it, then great. Thank you, Kendra. Welcome to the family. Great, but I'm not going to depend on it. I'm not going to put myself through the stress of, yeah, well, we know you didn't do anything wrong, but we're still going to say you and take all your content. Like right now, I have access to none of my content, none of my contact list, none of my subscribers, nothing. I have none of that on the app. I'm going to have all of it. I'm going to have analytics that are ridiculous. Tell me who's been on and when, what time of days they're likely to be on, how likely they are to comment, when they are most likely to comment, when, what is the rate of people who come in, never comment, and then cancel less than a month later? People who come in and comment immediately and start participating in shit, and so on and so forth. And I'll be able to evaluate all of that. And that is going to allow me, because I'm a numbers nerd, I'm an analytics guy, that allows me to be able to provide better content. Because if I know you respond to a particular, they take all my money from that day. Yes. It's any money that you have waiting is gone the minute your account is banned. Now, if I get reinstated, they'll give it back to me. That's always been the case. I don't know if that's going to be the case this time, but that's my understanding. Mindy is fine. Mindy had her rent paid for, ironically, for the week, um, by yours truly before any of that happened. So she's golden. She still works. She still has money, whatever. Regardless, she's trying to move into a new place for her and her daughters. And she contacted me on Saturday and said, "Hey, it's going to be this much for this and this much for this." And I said, "No problem. All I need is a phone number and whatever. And I'm just going to pay it for her. And then, whatever the balance is at that point, we'll figure it out and give it to her. You know, I'm not going to shirk on that at all. She's supposed to call me back that day or message me back. She never did. So, she's on my list of people to call this week. So, uh, too much recap. You have to rewatch. 12-year-old daughter, August, wanted me to tell you. She said, hi. Hi, August. How are you? Eat your vegetables. Do what your mom says. Clean your room. Don't do drugs. How old did you say she was? 12? Never mind. I mean, don't do drugs, but hold that for later. Elizabeth Hicks, welcome to the family, dear. I appreciate you. Not doing calls today, Brandon. We're not doing calls until I get the new system set up, which is going to be dictated by TikTok's decision ultimately. And it sucks. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, he's not doing calls." Trust me, bro. I wish I was doing calls. I make a shit ton more money when I'm doing calls, right? But I don't want to have to assemble everything, set up new programs to stream the way I'm going to need to use the dump button and all this other shit. And then TikTok goes, yeah, no, we're not going to do it. And then I have to take it all down and redo it again. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Which platform will cocktails be on? That would probably still be on TikTok, I would think. We had a great time on Saturday night with on Vanessa's live stream. There was at one point 1,400 people in there. We were killing it. So I'm sure she got a lot of followers out of that. I didn't actually check. Several hundred. Do I think I know what happened? Do I think the scammers reported me? No, they didn't report me. Thank you, sissy. Welcome to the family. Speaking of my kit, somebody sent me a message. Hang on, let me find it. They sent me a private message, but they also sent me they sent me an email, but they also sent me a private message on Instagram, I think. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I may have to go back and find the email. Shite. I'm gonna have to find the email because there's too many messages. Otherwise, let me see if I can find the email real quick. Gently. That wasn't the one. Hold on. This just came in. Okay, here it is. Michelle R. I don't want to say too much. I bought your kit, patiently waited for a call. This is from last night. This came to me last night at 11:56, which by the way, yes, I read emails at midnight because I never stop working. I'm wearing a shirt that says hustle for sake, y'all. I bought your kit, patiently waited for a call. Received one today, meaning yesterday, at 12:45. Welcome, Lori. Welcome to the family. Received one today at 12:45 for roofing quotes. Followed your tips, got the info I needed, sent the demand letter. 3:50, they sent me an email saying that my check is in the mail. Thank you, Michelle. And I'm trying to see, I don't want to show, it's got too much in it, but I can't show the personal information. But it says, hello, Michelle. We apologize. This is a screenshot of the email she received from the contractor, the company. We apologize for the inconvenience. We're putting a check in the mail today for $1,500. It will be sent to you at in Minnesota. Thank you and have a great day. Such and such company, LLC. $1,500 check. She bought the kit for $47. Kids, $47, and she got a $1,500 check with a not even 6 hour turnaround. So I'm just saying, robocalls.cash. Check it out, kids. You've gambled a lot more than $47 on a lot dumber shit. I'm telling you. Welcome, Vader. Did I miss one? My voice keeps changing. Yeah, they say it's something about Instagram that does that. I don't know why. My wife told me the same thing. She came in and she's like, "It's your voice is going, whatever." It has to do something with my iRig setup, but I don't know what. Thank you, Ashley Anderson. Congrats on your new venture, Doc. Excited to journey with you. I'm excited, man. I really am. I'm super excited. And the cool thing is when we have the app up, guys, it is going to take off like wildfire. And it's only going to be the people that come in consistently. And I really genuinely feel like it's going to be a better community experience for everybody because it's like literally walking into Cheers, Norm. Like everybody's going to know everybody a little bit, even with potentially tens of thousands of people. The people that come into the live streams every day are going to be the people that are there every day. I think that's going to be a really cool feature. Thousands of them at a time. Let's see. Yeah, that's another good category, the ASMR stuff. Where's it at? I like it when you eat and crunch on the phone while talking to the scammers. There'll probably be a whole section in the app dedicated to that. Just just that kind of content. If anybody's watching right now, particularly those of you on Instagram and you haven't clicked the follow button, please do. Do be aware. I'm not aware of any. Hold on, let me look real quick before I say that. I was gonna say I'm not aware of any imposter accounts on Instagram. The only what do you call it? The only account that actually is me is this account. I'm looking to see accounts. Nope, there is one fake. That is the only fake account that I'm aware of on Instagram with using my full name, the.compton. They've got that little underscore, the little underlining thing right there. That's the only ones that I know of. But if you do a search for the.compton, there's only my account that has 34.6 thousand followers, and then that one fake account. Let me modify that a little bit. Compton. That's the other thing too. The app will not have my name. It will have Ruck Fobocalls. Now there are others that say Doc Compton or Compton Doc, but none of them are using my actual profile photo. So that's good. So I think we're pretty safe over on Instagram. There's been a few that have tried already, but they get shut down pretty quick. It does also look like on TikTok. Let me open a window real quick. I'm gonna look at TikTok. This is another really cool thing about the new platform is that I will not have any risk of fraud or imposters or any of that shit. So I'm doing a search for .compton on TikTok right now. None of them are using my photo that I can find. None that use my name and photo. There's the Compton 012. So in this interim, in this downtime, there have been multiple fake accounts taken down. So that's a good thing. Will the app be available via computer and or TV app? I would have to think so. Anywhere that you download anything from the Play Store or Apple, I would think so. W. Jameson Greg, will I be able to lock my phone and listen to streams while at work? I would think so. Honestly, that's a great question. Tech question. I don't know. Give me a little time on that and remind me again, and I'll ask. I would think so because it's kind of like if you have YouTube Premium, which I do, not on the bait computer, not on the computers that I use for live streaming, but I do have it on my regular computer and on my phones, so I don't get ads or any of that. But you won't have to worry about ads anyway. So, my new platform, Becca Alexis, is just going to be an app that is downloadable by name. Ruck Fobocalls. It's not ready yet. You trust me, you will know when it's ready. Instagram is easier to get rid of. Yeah, I was actually able to get rid of a couple myself early on before I even realized there were many of them, and then the rest I just handed to my attorney, and she got rid of them for me. It's going to be a branded app, Joshua. It's going to be Ruck Phobocalls, but it's weeks from being complete. So I am literally. I haven't checked my email. Let me check to see if my contract has arrived. Yep, here it is. Great meeting you today. I'm thrilled at the prospect of you joining our program. Below, I've laid out some terms for you to review and the final steps in your journey towards having your own branded mobile app in the iOS and Google Store, fully supported by us. Please review the agreement. Let us know if you have any questions or comments. Focus on the limits and comment, blah, blah, blah. Anywhere you want that's more than what's stated, please complete the customer information section. Once we review the document, we are both comfortable with the terms. Simply reply to this email with a thumbs up. I'll shoot over the contract via e-sig for you to execute. Excited to get this started. My best, Kieran. So I've got to, as soon as I get done here, I'm going to go read that contract, make any changes I need to, let my attorney look at it, send it over. That's it. And we're going to be out to the races. And he said 6 weeks, but I think it'll be TikTok just sent me a message, but it was in the Discord. Yeah, the funny thing is, I got followed by Discord like um a day before or 2 days before they banned me. I got followed by TikTok Live. I was like, bruh. Then they added me to this special Discord for all the, bigger creators and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I see y'all's messages in the Discord, guys, by the way. I saw those. So yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. Is the kit in your bio on all platforms? Yeah, it's in my link tree. It's in my bio here. It's also pinned in the chat over on YouTube if you want to go over there. So yeah, it's we got big, 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 amazing things happening. And we're gonna be game changers on this with this app. I'm telling you, Discord is confusing to me. It kind of was to me too at first. Now I'm still not like an expert, and I'm only in the Discords that like the Rucker Discords, my mod group. I'm in I'm in one cybersecurity, big cybersecurity scam baiting deal. That's it. I don't do a lot on Discord. I use it more as a communication tool, and like when I post stuff on TikTok, I will post a link so that people know it's there and they can go check it out. I do that right when I post it because the more attention something gets when you first post it on TikTok, the more likely it is to end up on the FYP and so on and so forth. So, do I still need to have mods? I will need mods. Um, Not during the live streams as much. Like the mod's job will be different. It'll be more like, kind of a tour guide than a bouncer, like it is on YouTube and TikTok now. Um, choose a username. Will we have to choose? Yes, but you get to pick it. You can put whatever you want. And same with pictures and all that. Now you will actually have to give your real name in order to be a member. So I will actually have your real information. That way, if you're a jackass and whatever, you know. But people that are going to come in here and join and do whatever, and if people are free members and they come in and they start saying stupid shit in the comments or fighting with people or whatever, they're just going to be bye. You're done, you know. And we have autonomy over that, which is amazing. Will the app interface with a form for your kit? No. My members forum for the kit is on this same platform. It'll be a totally different platform. This My members forum is, it's kind of like I'm using one of their plans that's kind of like, comparatively speaking, it's this big. The app is going to be this big, and it's going to be fully branded and be on the app stores and all that. So you'll like be able to search for Ruck Fobocalls, and there it'll be. Will the site be live 24 hours? Yeah, absolutely. All the time. Um, I will. BJ, will you still simulcast? BJ Barr asks, will you still simulcast with YouTube? To an extent, yes, I will still post content, but first crack at the content will always belong to the app once it's up. Also, too, you guys seem to dig the me posting the old stuff over on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, subscription on the YouTube channel is absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything. It's Ruck Phobocalls. It's in the link tree that's in my bio as well. But if you want to um, subscribe to that channel, I'm going to be posting while I'm down a lot more old stuff. Like you'll see my office before it had all the lights and all the backdrop stuff, and like it had my old license plate up there and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be pretty cool. I'm gonna be posting a lot of stuff out there. Can't post anything on TikTok yet. So won't being on your own app harder to grow? No, because there'll be a free version. And that, guys, I'm a business guy. I'm not doing this shit just for free, just because I'm like, you know, I mean, like I'm a man of the people, but damn, bro, I got to eat. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to just give away everything, but I will give away enough stuff that people will want to come and watch and learn and join some of the things. And I may do one free live stream a month or something. I may do something like that where it's open to everybody, or I may change that schedule. I don't know. It may be that in the beginning, I give everybody access to certain things, and then slowly but surely scale it back a little bit to what the free tier will normally be, just to give people a taste of what it would be like if they were actually getting to watch this all day, every day. Um, you know, there will be periodic highlight reels and things that go into the free section. So the objective is, from a business perspective, here's the free taste. If you'd like more, click here. And, then they'll be able to look and see if they want to, do that sort of thing. So thanks for the follow, Mark St. John. Do you know the approximate amount it'll be for the subscription? Yes. I promise you, it will not break anyone's bank. I promise you. I promise you have my word. It will not be expensive. You know, Part of what I'm going to have to ascertain, and you got to remember, I'm paying for 100% of this upfront. Like I'm writing a check. And it's going to cost me a shit ton of money, and I'm going to give away a lot of shit in the beginning. So I'm not going to make any money for a long time, or I suppose that's relative, for some time. And then I'll slowly but surely kind of, whatever. And the people that get their first crack at it, the early birds that get in, just like anything else, you join a health club the day they open, you're probably going to get a better deal than the guy who joined 6 months later. It'd probably be like that. But I mean, absolute maximum is going to be like, I know what some of the other scam baiters charge and what they offer in exchange and how frequently they offer it. Mine will be very competitive. Very. Thank you, Denise. Zach Stackhouse. Oh, he's posting stupid messages. So all this time, Doug claimed it was Doug. It's Doc Goob. Claimed it was to help the people and spread awareness, and it wasn't about the money. But now it's about the money. No, because I'm still going to be giving away more shit than most people sell. So, but thanks anyway for your super intelligent contribution. It just blows me away. I'd love to know what Zach does for a living and if he does it all for free. I bet he does. I'm sure he's a full-time philanthropist. Say dumb shit like that. And then wonder why'd I get bored? Why'd I get muted? Because you said dumb, mean shit. Stupid. That's why. How come I bet it won't be free? Well, I think I've covered that. Do you do your job for free? Raise your hand if you're a full-time philanthropist. Please. You too, Zach. No. It's just, you know. And the other thing is, in my discussion with the app people today, he was like, "Well, tell me about your operation." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, I mean, like, how many people work for you and whatever." And I was like, "Bruh, I am the people. I am literally the people." And he's like, "Well, how do you manage all this shit?" I said, "I just don't sleep as much as you do." My mods. Everybody's always asked me, "Do you pay your mods?" Now's their comeuppance. Now's their opportunity. Maybe. And I haven't guaranteed them anything. And they all know this. We had the discussion an hour and a half ago before this started. I told him, I was like, I can't promise you X, Y, and Z, but if this is successful as I hope it will be, then that affords me the opportunity to do a number of things, not the least of which is remunerate my mods who've worked their asses off for free for a long time, for a year or more in some cases. It also affords me the opportunity to focus my attention on content and not editing content. It affords me the opportunity to spend more time on the scams and not just calling scammers. It affords me an opportunity to do more of the work that impacts people's real lives, right? And if you can't see that that's a good thing, then this is probably not the place for you. The internet is not a safe space for you because someone's going to hurt your feelings. Why can't I hear anything? I don't know, Roger. Go out and come back in. Try it again. Let's say 3 to 500 per day. What? Yeah. Chanel said I was here when there were 300 people in the chat. That's true. That was a big day if we had 300 people in the chat. I remember that. I remember I was bitching about TikTok because I had 300,000 followers and I was getting 50 people in my live streams. It's like that math ain't mathing, kids. And then I figured out a better way to live stream and I figured out what people wanted to see. And, I put in the work, thousands of hours of work. My shirt is awesome. You like that? I used to sell this shirt. I don't anymore. I don't have the website that sold the shirt. I used to have a bunch of them. One, this is college dropout, stuff like that. Probably can't hear me. That's a fair point. To be fair, as my Irish friends would say. Yeah, green are the charter members, blue are mods. 10,000 hours, they say. Yeah, I mean, before I even got monetized on YouTube, I had to have, I think it was like 7,500 hours of watch time. So I was working my ass off for that long before got paid a dime. Are we done with TikTok? Not completely. Being banned had to bite. Yeah, but it's temporary. Understand, guys, and good things have come out of it. I've been wanting to do this app thing for a very long time. I just haven't taken the leap. Now I have, so it's a blessing. I'm a 24/7 caregiver to my disabled son. I don't have much, but I'm always happy to support the cause where I can. Love you, Doc. Thank you very much, Liv. I appreciate that. That's super kind. And my best to you and your son. I had someone send me here. This is for the people. I hope Zach is still here. I'm going to read something to y'all. I can find it. Here it is. My desk is a disaster right now. Now, I'm not going to tell you this guy's name. This came to me today. Oh, shit. I didn't even show the thing. How do I do it? Oh, y'all see that thing back there behind me? That does not do it justice. Looking at it in this light, but this is one of those things that I'm going to be putting up on the shelves there before long. Gentleman made this for me. I'm already starting to get emotional. Guy made that for me. Came in the mail today. I wasn't expecting it. And I'm going to read. I'm going to try my damnedest. Shit, I'm already crying. I haven't even read anything yet. Firstly, I am so-and-so in chat. I make charcuterie boards and am generally a woodworker, refinishing, stuff like that. And I have an Etsy shop and whatever. It's all I can really do while I fight. Come on, dickhead, you can do this. Pancreatic cancer. 1 year already. Nothing too gnarly. It's small and operable, they say. This is my distraction. But things have been slow, and I felt compelled to make this for you. You can display it as is, or have your own charcuterie board. He actually sent me the handles and stuff to put on it too, so you can make it a charcuterie board. Hope you and the fam enjoy it. Thank you for what you do, Doc. It may just be a ripple in the ocean, but it makes a difference. Cheers, Mark. So, people don't think that I care about that kind of shit. I saved them all. I have every single one of these from every single person who's ever sent me anything. All the letters, all the notes. Just had to have a gift made with one of my favorite quotes from you, and it's the one. And I can tell you what every one of them is and who each person is and so on. It's the one up there. It says, "Not today, Skippy." And it's got the Ruck Fobocalls logo on the other side of it. I keep all of that stuff. I keep all the notes. I have the boxes they came in, the packages they came in, which is really oddly hoarderish. But I want to make absolutely certain that I don't forget where everything came from and so on. So, lest there be any doubt about my motivation, there are days that this job just sucks ass. It just blows 1,000%. There are days that, I just don't like people that I have to deal with. And there's every day that I don't like the scammers that I have to deal with, obviously. But there's also the emotional side of that because there's people that I know don't want to do it, but don't have any choice. And all of that, it's a burden emotionally. That's why I get so pissy with people that say, it's just a money grab or whatever. No, dude, I'm smart enough and lucky enough, fortunate enough, blessed enough, however you want to put it, to have something that I do that is a really good thing. And I got lucky enough to be able to make a living doing it. You know, why'd you become a doctor? Well, because I want to save lives. Oh, but you get paid for it? Nobody fucking says that to a doctor. You know, The artist creates, a masterpiece. Michelangelo did not do what he did for free. He got paid handsomely, right? Now, I'm a long way from Michelangelo, but you don't go to your doctor and bitch about them charging you for it. Why don't you give this to me for free? If you do, you're a dick. I mean, sorry. I said what I said, you know? Why don't what that's a good account. Somebody said we would love his Etsy account. That's a fantastic idea. I tell you what, that right there is something we will include on there. Um, we'll have a bulletin board of sorts where people can go up and post their own. You got a business you want to promote, you can do it for X amount of time per year. We're not going to let people put shit up there and it just stays up there for ever and ever and ever. But we'll let you feature yourself once in a blue moon. Shit like that. I'm all about that. Right. It just, when people say that kind of dumb shit to me, it's like, oh, it's all about money. Okay. You ever say that to your doctor? Or do you just not expect him to work for free? You know? Am I nuts? I mean, like, am I wrong? Does that make sense with people? I'm sorry to hear about that, Shelly. I didn't know that. Um, no, 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 Holly. I know. And there's people that ask, hey, budget. I have budget concerns. I'm on a fixed income. I don't know what I'm going to be able to afford. Blah blah blah. Look, I get it. I totally get it. You know, I'm sure the people at Ford would love to give cars to everybody that can't afford them. I love the same as people at, I would say Lamborghini, or Ferrari, but they don't. They only give them to certain people. You have to apply, basically. But I mean, everybody wants to give what they do away. Everybody wants to do, and I'm not mad at people for asking because they have financial concerns, or because they're on a fixed income, they're on disability, they're on Social Security. That kind of shit doesn't bother me in the least. But when someone comes in and goes, "You're just here to make money," first of all, fuck off, because I'm not. Second of all, how many people do you expect to entertain you for free? You pay for cable, you pay for all the streaming services that you have, you pay for your Sirius XM in your car, shit like that. That is spot on, Ronnie. Ronnie, Ronnie Rants from Intelligence for Good just said, shit, that's going to make me cry, dude. Those who complain that it's a money grab have never cried the tears with the victims or actually helped a victim. We have. Forget the haters and keep up the amazing work. You got this. That means a lot coming from you, brother. For real. So, yeah. Let's pin IFG up here real quick. There. I just put Ronnie's with Intelligence for Good. Um, Yarmir Yager. Wow, we have a famous hockey player. I don't think it's how it's spelled though. Did I pronounce that right? I think I did. Doesn't have a J in it. Yager is like Jagr. Jumping Just, thank you very much, guys. And I Um, and I apologize for not being able to read the comments better on Instagram. It's just really hard because there's only like 4 of them at a time, and it doesn't allow me to expand what I can read unless there's something. So, I don't know if anybody knows a way to expand the comments on a live stream on Instagram, please send that to me. I don't know. Um, Fixed income, still planning to subscribe when the app is up. I appreciate that, Joshua. That means a lot. Um, it's one thing I could build. You know, building 835,000 followers or whatever it is on TikTok. 500, 530,000 of which came in the last 12 months. That's one thing. Um, but being able to do it in a way where people are actually willing to part with their money, it means something to me. You know, People say, "Well, if you're such a consumer advocate, why don't you just give away the information in your kit?" I'll tell you why. There's one reason. I've done it. I've done it with huge creators on TikTok. Largely because it's like, dude, I want you to be successful. I want you to have this. I want you to use it. If it works, maybe you'll go and tell some people, right? And uh, they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time I give it to somebody, they never use it. Not one time. I've never had a person. There have been people that I've actually done it for them and got them a check. And that's the only way, and I didn't take anything from it because that's illegal. I wouldn't do that. But that's the only way they would have gotten it is because I did it. Because if you give it to them, there's no value in it to them. They didn't work for it. They didn't save for it. You know, you're an amazing, thoughtful, and caring person. People say that you're just here for money. I've never experienced them or someone they love getting taken for their life savings. Thank you, Danielle. That's extraordinarily kind of you. It really, truly is. So, um, all of that having been said, I've been on for 2 hours. I told myself, like I always do, I'm going to be on for an hour and a half, maybe. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Um, will I be doing calls this way now? I'll be doing calls soon enough. I have to see what TikTok comes back with in the way of an answer. Um, it's I'm very confident. We are very confident that I will get the account back. It's not so much a question of if as it is of when. So that remains. I'm going to keep updating you guys. I try to post on all the platforms, but when you have as many as I do, that becomes a bit of a pain too. Um, so um, YouTube is going to be the go-to because that seems to be the one I get the most traction off of. If you are just a subscriber, costs nothing to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. It's just like a follower, basically. Um, I make posts in what we have. There's a community tab. And if you click on that, you'll see all of my updates and fun facts and, just whatever I'm working on. Usually I'll make announcements about whether or not I'm going live. The Discord I use for that too, but the Discords were created largely by other people. I don't really have a lot of control over who's in there. There's probably people in there that I don't like.